2, Sean. Check 1, check 2. Y'all the mains. Y'all the mains. Welcome to the YirmeYahuw podcast. Yo, at some point, when you working out, you plateau. And a lot of guys, when they start to plateau. One of the next things they do, they may resort to steroids and different things like that to increase their strength, get the results they're looking for.
Mm.
What do you do, or what do you suggest when somebody plateau?
All right, well, first of all, let me kick it off by saying, like, yo, at first, I never even knew that that stuff was like easy to get to, that it was around. I never knew that this is what was popular. That was what people was doing. I
Right.
just like to work out. I've always been the type of person. That's what I do in my spare time. That's something I fell in love with. Like sometimes your your gift in life is something that comes to you, without you trying hard. Like working out to me is easy, no, without no arrogance.
Right.
That's something that I'm good at. Like LeBron James play basketball, Chris Brown can sing and dance, Floyd Mayweather can box. Like, lifting weights comes easy to me. Certain people may need a trainer, they may need some extra motivation, a workout partner. I don't need any of that. 'Cause for me, it's something I know that I want. I like to challenge myself. I like to push myself. So back to what you said, like I remember like this one dude came to me in the gym and was like, "What gear are you on?" And I'm dead serious. I didn't even know what that meant. Like gear, like what you mean by that?
Yo,
He was like, "What gear are you?"
somebody asked me the same question today.
Oh, that's crazy.
Today,
That's crazy.
somebody,
So
I ain't know what he meant
I
either.
really didn't even know what he was talking like gear. And I just like I told him what the workout I was doing, how many sets. He was like, "No gear. Like, what are you on?" Like, and I'm like, "Huh?" He said like steroids. I'm like, nothing. He
Right.
like, nothing. I'm like, no, no, I've never did it. Never did it, never tried it, never thought of it, nothing. Because for me, don't get me wrong, have I thought about doing stuff? Yeah, I thought about it, but then I think about like the risk ain't worth the reward. I think about like later on in life, am I gonna have the problems with my joints, with my liver, with my kidneys, with my heart,
Right.
things of that nature. So don't get me wrong, people do plateau and like you go and hit a wall, of course. But that's when you gotta switch up your training methods. That's when you gotta it's different variations to workouts. Like if you do chest, you don't always have to bench or incline. You can rock with the dumbbells. There's certain machines you can do. There's certain ways that you hold your hands. You turn them this way, you turn them this way.
Right.
It's when especially when it comes to like bodybuilding and when you focus on that connection, getting contractions, you slow it down. You slow up the weight and instead of just lifting weight, because you got to think of there's a difference between training and working out. There's a very big difference. And then on top of that, you got to eat. And a lot of people don't understand that. We can spend 20 minutes just
That's
talking on
very
that.
important.
You got to eat. Like
And
eating
even when you eating, sometimes you don't eat enough. Like,
correct.
answer me this though: how do you feel about there is a such thing as biological limits, right?
Mm,
It's like a person 150 pounds only can lift but so much. He only
correct.
going to squat but so much. He only going to bench press for so much. And that's why I brought up the plateau thing. And it's funny you brought up the same exact question I was asked about gear.
Mhm.
And granted, it is tempting. I
Yeah.
thought about it, in my day to day, because
Yeah.
so when you have those bad days, especially when you're trying to go heavy, you're trying to build strength, and not only on this particular bad day, you're not even lifting what you normally would lift. You know what I'm saying? And your drive is not there, your energy is not there. You done ate, you done slept, you done took your vitamins, you did your pre-workout, you ain't have sex the day before, you did all these things
Yeah.
that you think that work, and then some days you just don't have it. So it
It's
is
like that.
tempting. You know what I mean? So it's funny that you brought up gear and all that. And steroids is a conversation that I would like to have one day. I don't see nothing wrong with it, to each his own. But personally, at this point in my life, even on those bad days when I feel like how I mentioned, I don't think it's in the cards for me.
I get it. For me, you gotta embrace your good days and your bad days. Meaning,
Hmm.
there's gonna be some days you come in the gym and smash it. Like you're gonna have a good workout. You might hit a PR. You're gonna lifting everything feeling good. You're gonna be in your zone. Then there's gonna be some days you come in there, weight is heavy. You
Yes.
fail on a PR attempt, or some things are just not clicking. You gotta embrace all of that. It's called a journey. This is your journey, and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So for me, I just like to challenge myself. And then once I heard that, when that brother had told me like what gear you on, and I told him like I ain't on nothing, he was so shocked that I'm not
Right.
on nothing, because was lifting X amount of weight, and just to put it out there, I benched over 500 pounds.
Okay, yeah, I
At the
seen
joint.
that. I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah,
yeah, I
you know what I mean?
deadlifted 685 before naturally. I played with the 160, 170 dumbbells, all natural. Food. I've been training now since 2017. And what I mean, training every day, 6 days a week. I don't take off days. Like everybody is different. I overtrain. I don't have 6 to 8 reps or 10 reps. I
Right.
pretty much train till failure every set. That works for me. I knew I had to, once that brother brought up gear to me and I told him I never did it, that's when I knew I was somebody special. Like that's when I knew it was like, okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got their attention now. And it was like, yeah, now we got to turn it up to another level. Because if you think that I'm on something and I'm doing, it's like, nah, this is all
Just
God
imagine,
given.
just
So
imagine
imagine if
how
I did.
exactly, and
Imagine if I
and you know
was.
what? That's exactly how it made
Imagine
me
if I
feel.
was like I'd be Ronnie Coleman for real. If I bench
Mhm.
500 pounds naturally, imagine if I
You're gonna be
jumped on
benching
X, Y, and
700
Z.
pounds.
That's
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying.
Because somebody, the brother who brought it up to me was like, I was struggling with 225, and then now I'm benching 415. And you think how long it takes for some guys to get on the 315, let alone
Mhm.
going from 225 to 415. You can see how that can be tempting, right? But is the risk worth the reward?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you brought up before, your kidneys, your liver, and just your body naturally producing testosterone. You understand? One of the big things you hear is that, you start taking a test and stuff like that, your body, your balls will shrink and your body will stop naturally producing
Oh yeah.
testosterone. So when people stop, they don't, a lot of, from what I understand is, I think they die themselves down off it, or some people
Mhm.
just stop the cycle. And what it is, you're shocking your body because your body had to work less, and now you're having problems for a few months, maybe. Just
Talk that
naturally
talk.
producing your testosterone,
Facts.
getting an erection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So then, when you think like, well, it's like, all right, it's cool in the moment to say, yeah, I did this, I lift that, but like ultimately, when because you can't take it forever.
Just to be honest, if I'm just being honest, I think I am genetically gifted. Like my father probably got some good genetics. I mean, we're gonna keep it real.
Mhm.
We cut from that motherland cloth.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
you know
So
what I mean?
yeah, so let's keep that 100.
Definitely.
But yeah, you gonna have people hating on you all that. Then when you look at certain people, you could tell, like, yeah, he on something because their bodies don't match
Yeah. It's like a chick with a
progress.
BBL.
You can see it. Like you don't
Like,
even got that muscle on your body, but
like,
you
or
pressing this or
yeah,
you lifting
exactly. You
this.
don't even weigh
You don't,
enough.
you don't even look like this.
Right, exactly.
Your legs are small or your body don't have the muscle on it for you. That's how I just bro cheating. And then you want to post a PR or talk about this, that, and the third. And that's
Yeah,
when
it's
you're
not
like,
even fair. You got the cheat code. I
yeah,
call it
you ain't earned that.
hydraulics. You on hydraulics.
Hydraulics.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ain't earned that. Then you got acne is another what's that, syndrome or whatever. I
You
didn't
get the
see
bumps and
the
stuff like
bumps.
that.
I didn't seen it. Bumps on their neck, bumps on their face. You red. I didn't heard people that told me that they took trend and they what's that called? Hot flashes at night.
Yeah.
Wake cold sweats and things like that. Man, I got a daughter. I
Yeah,
can't be
I
waking
can't. Yeah.
mood swings. I
Yeah.
can't be
Yeah.
having them type of side effects.
Can't be
Like,
out here acting like a woman, respectfully.
yeah, why? Just to lift weights when I can
Right.
go to the gym and earn it.
Right.
And just accept it how it come. And you're gonna feel better. Because when you get that squat, bench, deadlift, or whatever it is, you're gonna feel like you
You got
earned
it out
that.
the mud.
You achieved, you
You
got it
got it
out
out
the
the
mud.
mud.
Like, man, that's mine.
Let me say this to you, right? Talking about we talking about PRs, bench pressing, 500 pounds, deadlifting 600 and something pounds or whatever, right? Recently you moved from powerlifting in a sense to bodybuilding.
Talk heavy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not only did you transition from powerlifting to bodybuilding, you went and did your first competition and won first place. Now, the thing, you look good. You look great, right?
I appreciate
But
it.
here's the thing to me, like, because I'm trying to get stronger, right? Yeah. You sacrificed a lot.
A whole lot.
You know what I mean?
That's a lot of discipline.
And imagine just working to get strong, to get that. Remember to build up to that 500 bench press. Remember to build up to everything you worked hard for. And you say, you know what? Scrap all that. I'm going to cut down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to work out different. You sacrifice a 500-pound bench press.
Sure did.
What about that? Walk me through that.
Yeah.
What was that like? To wake up forget having a bad day at the gym. No, I'm just throwing it all away. That's what you did. You made a choice and you went to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But you do all that heavy lifting away.
Well, because I always used to play around in the posing room, just pose, just do what I either see other people doing or what I thought was posing. But I was like, you know what? I never been on a real stage before. I never did it for real. And I wanted to have that under my belt. Like me being 36 years old, I told myself, you know what? I lifted heavy. I benched this already. I lifted this. I lifted this. Matter of fact, what am I doing with this? I want to be able to have something on my wall, so to speak. So I'd be like, you know what? I did that. Yeah. So I was like, man, yeah, we're just gonna cut the weight. We're gonna do it. I could always build it back up. But like for me though, I always been a frontline type of dude. I'm a soldier. You know, I'm a warrior. I like putting in work. Like to me, that's fun. Going in there an hour and a half, 2 hours, working out, sweating, you know, challenging yourself to lift more. To me, that's fun. I don't need to get it a shortcut way. I like working out, training.
What about, all right, what about making yourself discipline? What about making yourself do cardio?
Yeah, that's real. That's real. I was waking up at 3:30 in the morning, getting up, brushing my teeth, washing my face, doing fasted cardio. I'm in the gym about 4 a.m. On them steps. Yeah. And on the Stairmaster, and on the treadmill for an hour. Wow. It's 4 a.m. Nothing on my stomach, and it's crazy. For 60 minutes, and during the day, I'm gonna tell you about the discipline, man. You at work, your co-workers eating Chick-fil-A, donuts. They eating whatever they're regularly eating. You're sitting there with fish and broccoli. You're sitting there with walnuts for snacks. They eating all type of just regular food. You know, you're home. You know, everybody else eating ice cream, whatever the case may be. And you got to get away from because the smell. So I had to snatch all them carbs out my body, really. And then I was going for cardio again at night. So I was hitting cardio at night for an hour, and then waking up in the morning, hitting another 60 minutes. So when you wake up, it's like you just got finished doing cardio at 9, 10 o'clock at night. You waking up doing another fasted cardio, so you're burning fat.
That sounds like determination, though.
So on time, that's what it took.
You really wanted it. It seemed like you wanted that the same way you wanted that 500 bench press.
Because I felt like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, and I want to look good. Like, of course, I would love to win or I love to place high. I just didn't want to come. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't want to come in last place. I didn't really care about the first place. We work hard. You don't want to come in last. But once I came in and I started to feel myself, I was like, you know what? I think I might have a shot at, winning this thing.
But don't you think that could be a little intimidating, though? Like this, for instance, right? Like, some of the guys, not to say that you look down on yourself or don't feel confident in yourself or whatever, right? But what about the guys that we see that's like got a muscle on top of muscles on top of muscles, cut on type of cut? They can't walk past nothing because they break it and cut it because they just so cut up. And like, just from an outsider looking in, when somebody, hey, say, would you compete? The first thing come to your mind is that. When you thought about competing, what was the first thing came to your mind?
Man. For me, I just wanted to hold it down, man. That's it.
I think that, like you said, you just believe in. You're not afraid to challenge. You like to challenge. Not at all. Did you get bored? Was a part of you bored though with just lifting regular, just getting strong? Did you feel like you reached the top of your mountain naturally?
Now I ain't gonna lie. If you want to talk about that plateau, because like when I was benching up 500 pounds, I was eating a lot. And there were times when I was 280 pounds, I was out of breath and I wasn't even running. I just be walking the floor at work, and I'm. At 280 pounds, I'm eating 5, 6, 7 times a day. On top of that, it's expensive. Those are the things people don't talk about. That Sam's Club, you're spending $150 every week. They don't talk about you using the bathroom, number 2, 4 or 5 times a day because all that protein you're shoving up in your body. That's something people don't talk about. It's expensive. You're spending all that money. So I was like, you know what? I got to cut it down because this might not be healthy because I wasn't cheating. I'm doing this for real. I'm really eating all this food and all that. But back to that, man, I told myself I really was going to do it. I was like, man, yo, bro, Sean, we're going to hop on stage because you need this. And matter of fact, I actually think if I would have started this years ago, then I probably would have tried to go for a pro card or something like that because I think I do got good genetics and I got the work ethic and things like that. So, but I don't know. I might not be done though. Stay tuned. I might have to, jump back out there and see what I got because I like it. Being on stage is like a high like no other. And that's me. I'm not afraid. I don't shy away from the bright lights. You know what I'm saying?
Answer me this. That last week of prep before walking on that stage.
It's hard, man. That's hard.
No, because why? Like some of the brothers be looking dehydrated.
Yeah, it's bad. You are.
Because water weight. Explain the water weight and all those different things that week before prep. The way you felt, how you ate, and then to the point where you got up on that stage.
I feel like the last week is the hardest because it's right around the corner. You just waiting for it to get over with. Because that's when you gotta carb up probably 1 or 2 days before the show.
Right.
But then you gotta cut your water. like a day before, like the day of, like you got to start cutting the water. So pretty much you look good on stage because they're going to spray you with the spray tan and all that, but you're at your weakest because you're pretty much dehydrated up there.
Right.
You're hungry, and they going to, you know, the judge is going to look at your body and going to see, oh, you know, you look too full, or, you know, whatever the case may be. It's too much water in your system. They can tell by the density, you know, your waist, vascularity. They're looking at symmetry, you know, connection with your calves and things like that. So your hammies and all that. So yeah, your bodybuilding.
That just sounds like something that could either make you or break you.
It's a totally different world.
If you got a complex about yourself, that's not, you know.
Or being up in your underwear in front of other people like that.
Yo, it's hard for some people to walk around with their shirt off, let alone turn to the side and you be all smiling and shit. You do your joint and you be like, yeah, it's a lot to it because you got to put on the show.
Yeah,
you know, you got to
entertain.
That's what I'm saying. So it's more than not just the physical part and being in shape and all that and looking good. It is an entertainment presentation element to it as well. You're not having that experience and it's your first time. How did that click for you? Because you look like a natural up there.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you look like a natural. So like, what was that like?
I told myself backstage, we done drove down here. I done drove down here an hour and a half. I done prepped. I done been training for years. Yo, Sean, this is your moment. Go on stage like God himself sent you out there. So I was just in my head, in my zone the whole time. Like, man, you can do this. Yeah. So I just was stretching, you know, working out, trying to get a pump to make sure I look good out there. And I told myself, Sean, like, this is your moment. Because at the end of the day, life, and you never know how much life you have out here. So you want to have fun. You want to have fun on this earth while you out here. Like, you want to do things, check things off the bucket list. You want to say, you know what, I did that in my lifetime. Make memories, create this, that, and the third. So I was like, you know what, Sean, this is you. Yeah, get on that stage and go do that.
Think about looking back on that 20 years from now.
Facts. So I'll be able to show my daughter, like, look at your old man. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. So, and I was ready. Like, I was ready. I looked at all my competitors. I was, you know, I'm always the type to talk trash and, you know, be competitive. I was talking. I was talking back there. You can do it. You know what I mean? Because even if I walked out of there with an L in last place, I still was, man, because I want to have some fun.
Even if you would have had what you called the L, you still would have won overall because it takes a lot of courage to get up there and put yourself on display for criticism and critique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of us go to the gym for a lot of different reasons, right? But the main thing we have in common that we're all under construction. You feel me?
That's correct.
We're trying to improve something about ourselves, right? And then we probably like that in our real life. We always trying to fix.
The work's never finished.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. So like even to take it to that level and say, hey, you know, I've been working out so long, I did this and I did that. They don't know the whole story. They just see the flex and the smile and the turn. They don't know. Anything could have happened on the way there. What's going on in your personal life. But at the same time, because a lot of people find all the reasons in the world why they can't make it to the gym or they don't have no discipline. You know, they drinking and smoking and to each his own. But like, yo, you got to pick a side. And I say that because it's not that you do it. It can hinder the way you feel, your energy, the way you're going to work in the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't serve two masters in a sense if you really want this.